Hello and good afternoon. It's Wednesday, 4:30 and time for Trisha time. So who will be joining me today on this blustery but sunny day? I shall just see if I can thread a needle while I'm waiting for people to appear. So it could be that Facebook's thinking, well, we don't need her on today, as there's nobody there as yet. Oh, somebody's there. Let's see if I can thread this and see what comes up as well. Ugh. It's going to be one of those days, isn't it? Oh, Mary's watching today. Oh, lovely to see you, Mary. Right, oh, a few more people now as well. Perhaps we're going to have a day. Hello, Tony. I was just going to say, perhaps we're going to have a day with no comments. Oh, and there's Lindsay as well. If I've missed anybody, it's because I'm trying to... Oh, it's gone in. Excellent. I thought I'll do that before I start. But rush, 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 as per usual. Hello, Beverly. And hello, Liz. And hello, Christine. Saying hi to all. Well, I wonder what you've been up to today. I've been thinking all day long, what am I going to do? Hello, Linda, for my next show. But fortunately, I have thought. Hello, Anne, lovely to hear from you again. And Christine, hello. Right, needle threaded. So, yeah, hello, Dorothy. She says hi to everyone. And Jill, lovely, lovely. So, yes, this morning I was packing last few orders that have come in over the couple of days. Hello, Sharon, and hello, Sue, and for Create and Craft, I get muddled with all the names these days. Hello, Lorraine. Hopes we're all well. I think we're all not too bad. Oh, I haven't frozen here, Tony. Perhaps switch on and off, and then switch on again. See if it makes it any better. Quite often these days it's your end and not mine, so hopefully you'll be able to get me not freezing. Oh, there's Brenda. Hello, Brenda, and all your stitchy friends. Yes, so got all of those done, sent Martin off packing to the post office in Oundle, and then it was a case of, hello, Marion, it was a case of, right, sit down, Trisha, and think. Hello, Yvonne. Because I've had the pleasure of my two darling grandchildren for the last 2 days, and we've had a wonderful time. I thought I might be able to think, hello Alison, about things while they were here, but oh no, we've been baking, we've been to the park, we've been for a walk. Stop talking so much, Trisha. And hello Linda, we have been gardening, all sorts of things. We have been playing catch and tennis rackets. Well, not real tennis rackets. Unfortunately, hello Marion. Unfortunately, Charlie gets a little bit stroppy when he doesn't hit it every time. Oh yes, quite a few people there now. That's lovely. So yeah, I have been, hello Vivian, well and truly bushed, or what would I say, shattered. Hello Sarah. By 5 o'clock, I am definitely feeling my age, really. But it's been lovely, and I'll do it all again tomorrow. So, hello, Karen. A little bit of an in-betweeny where I needed to. So, the show schedule is done. All I have to do now is make all the samples, because as you know, unlike other suppliers that maybe months ahead know what they're going to do, I'm not. Hello, Jackie. Trisha sits here writing the show schedule thinking, yeah, I'll do that. And I've got lots of ideas written down in a book, and I look at them and I look at my fabric, I get up and down, and I think, yeah, then I have to cost it all out. And, well, as you know, prices keep going up. And there was one thing in particular. Hello, Sue. Hello, Carol. I thought, oh my goodness, I have been sucking up that price all the time. And there comes a point when you think, actually, I can't do that anymore, because I'm selling it to lose money, which, you know, I don't mind if I don't make much, but, you know, I'm not here to not make money. So, keep me going. Right, so that is all done now. And, yeah, so there'll be instructions to be written, there'll be samples to be made, and I suppose trying to, oh, Tony's had your grandson all day. You do not want to watch Spider-Man movie again. Twice is quite enough. Yes. No, I don't think I would either. We do lots of singing because it's quite fun. And they change the words, do you know? And they giggle away. It is really lovely to hear. And they have a little fight now and again as well, but we soon sort that out. Hello, Ellen. Lovely to see you today. So, yes, and Martin, well, it's nice and peaceful when I send him out, but he's been getting the dinner ready and not under my feet, as they say, so that I can get on with what I need to do. And what we're doing today, I lost one of them. You know how you walk about with something, put it down because you're picking something else up, walk away and then think, where did I put that? Yeah, that is absolutely right, Jill. Otherwise, we will be just stum. And I think ahead to when, yeah, VAT due. I've looked at that and thought, okay, right, that'll get done soon. Or paid. I've done it. I know. Well, I don't do full margins. I never do the full retail price. And, you know, obviously I should take VAT into consideration because I still have to pass that back to the VAT man. So, as I've always said, my pleasure is in showing all of you how to do things and use lovely fabrics so that you're always pleased with the end results. Hello, Jeeta. And if I did full retail, like your Moda fabrics, up towards £16 a metre, and there are people selling them at that, but whilst I can keep it at 14, I will, because, you know, the bigger proportion of people can afford to dip into it, and if you really love it, obviously, you know, you can dip in a little bit further. So that really is my main aim, to cover my costs, just out ailing the, what's Moira doing? You're just out ailing the, does that mean coming into money? Itchy nose. Oh, my hair looks a mess because I've been outside. Oh dear. Hello, Ginny. Oh, look at that. You see, look, that lovely grey bit there. I'm like a badger at the side, but never mind. Oh, you're just out walking the dog. Lovely. I know, predictive text. Ailing. I didn't know what you were doing. Hope you're well anyway. So, yeah, I have got quite a few new bits, and obviously all the fabrics that there are. I also, you know, I've used some fabrics in different things as well, and I'm thinking, I hope I have enough. Hello, Jules. You're just waiting for x-rays, so watching me on mute. Oh, well, I hope you're well. I hope you're well. Unfortunately, I had some bad news. One of the family has passed on today, but it was expected, but it's always a shock, yeah. Yes, catch up later, Moya. See how to make these lovely little flowers. So I've gone no further than what I did the other day, actually, but we will go right from scratch with this one, so that you know exactly what to do. So I shall be having some kits on the shows on the 24th using this technique, but as I said before, you will know how to do it. So I've used some of the beautiful Grace fabrics, and I thought if I use the ones that I've done like today and previously, that's some of my samples already made, isn't it? So trying to multitask or dual task, do it all in one. Hello, Jan, afternoon to you. I've been thinking about what I said the other day about ambassadors, and oh, that was Jan there. Hello, Bev. And I've written a few little notes, but what I thought I would tell you more about that on Friday, But, oh no, I also thought, what did I think? I thought I would do a live within the So Trisha Sews group. Now, one thing I have noticed of late, we've actually grown somewhat, and we're nearly up to 1,000 members now, which is absolutely lovely. So I thought when we get to 1,000 members, I'll do a little giveaway, because I haven't done one for a little while. Mainly because when I do a giveaway, I forget where I've put the actual thing to be given away, as you know. Hello, Janet. But I have resolved one. Eileen, I don't know if you're here yet, but I haven't sent you yours, but I will do. It won't be the ones I said, because I still haven't found them. How bad is that? And having had a shift around on at the weekend for the open day, I can't find a lot of things now. But we will. Oh, thank you, Sue. Yeah. What an auntie, basically. So, yeah, it is always sad. I knew it was going to happen very, very soon. But today it did. So she's at peace. Never mind. We won't dwell on that. So, yeah, I have. Yes, ambassadors I was talking about. I've got a list of all the things. So, excuse me. Oh, thank you, Beverly. I have a list of, what sort of things I would like people to do. And most of you already do this. So, rather than pick so many people and that's it, what I thought, oh, there's Victoria ringing. Victoria, you know that it's Trisha time. She'll have to ring Martin if it's important. So yes, I mainly if you sew, if you post a lot as well in groups or on pages, and it's very, very simple. And if you know other people that sew, so for getting the group numbers up to 1,000, if you know anybody, please tell them about us. Oh yes, I know, Brenda, I know. And we'll see if we can get to 1,000. I know there's lots of other groups who've got thousands and thousands, but we are a lovely little group. But, it's nice to have new members to bring in different inspiration for us all. Who's that? Oh, that's Jan. Hello, Jan. So, oh, thank you, Sharon. So, yeah, if you think you would like to be an ambassador, and I'm not saying you have to be top-notch sewing. I would like beginners. I would like people who are just finding their way with sewing, because what I want you to do, we are elite, Jill, yes we are. I want to show other people, oh, thank you, Sue, that is lovely, thank you. Yeah, I want, if you're a newbie to sewing, I want you to show other people that might like to sew but haven't even started how easy my patterns are, and how lovely this group is, and how you can build your confidence just by watching, listening, looking at what other people do, and then having a go and seeing that actually you can do it too. And I mean, obviously tell people, when you fall in love with sewing, thank you, Christine, when you fall in love with sewing, it's an expensive hobby and you will become addicted, and there should be a group for fabricaholics and sewaholics, but it's all good fun, isn't it? And we absolutely love it, and we enjoy each other's company. I know. Gosh, these clouds out there, it looks as though it's going to rain or do something. So, as I say, I will talk more about that on Friday. And hello, Lisa Marie. And tell you a little bit more. Oh, Janet, that sounds lovely. That sounds lovely. I will put a post up as well, but if you don't want to add your name to the post, you can always send me an email. You might not want anybody else. Hello, Barbara. to know that you want to do that. But yes, what I thought I would do is choose so many people every 3 or 6 months, haven't decided exactly what, so that nobody feels left out, because you are all worthy, absolutely are. And as I say, it doesn't matter your sewing ability. I just want you to pass it on to as many people as you can. I wonder sometimes how many people know about So Totally Trisha, but the phone calls I get when people, hello Nicola, when people ring up and I think, haven't heard of that name, and they've been watching since forever, and I think, how would I know? I suppose I should know from the amount of orders that come through every month. But then I suppose not everybody's on Facebook. But if they were, oh, that sounds great, Jan. Drop me an email or pop your name under the post. But yeah, with that, I was going to, oh, thank you, Carol. So yes, like yourself, there must be people, and I think Jan was saying she was talking to, oh, Sue, that's right, was talking to somebody. Absolutely lovely. Now, as you know, I am, you see what you get? No, you get what you see. I am genuine, honest, down to earth, and normal. Hello, Jill. Back to work. Oh, no. But you did have 2 weeks off. That's good. But yeah, what I try to do is be different. I like to show you lots of different things across the board. You know, we've used our Inktense pencils. We used water-soluble fabrics the other day. Oh, Lorraine would as well. Oh, I can see there's going to be lots of people. So, yes, so if you're not chosen, I'd say, if you're not one of the names that I say to begin with, you could be in the next 3 months or the next 3. So, and yeah, what I'm thinking is I will send the people I say a kit. So it wouldn't be pressured either. It would be once a month, so one project, and if you make it and it's yours to keep, but just show it around everywhere. And I thought, well, I haven't thought of it in absolute depth yet, but I thought they will all be different, so there's different things being shown around this Facebook place, because I don't advertise anywhere else, and I don't tell you how fantastic my things are or aren't absolutely brilliant and I'm super duper in love with them and whatever. I let you make your mind up, because if you don't like that particular thing, and not everybody likes everything, which is why I have different types of fabrics. Saying that, I have got some I was just gonna say super duper, I've got some lovely fabrics tomorrow. I thought I would bring you again a range of prices. So what I haven't brought you yet is La Vie Bohème, Best of Morris. So I've got to do a bit of cutting first, so that I've got it there to show you. I've had some layer cakes, Summer Breeze layer cakes, only a small amount, and some some charm packs. So I shall have those tomorrow. And what else did I think? I thought I'd have a little bit of bag hardware as well, because I managed to get some of those, and they're really lovely quality. You tell your friends not to phone you at 4:30, and they ask me why, and I tell them I'm watching Trisha Time. I bet they say, what on earth is that? Yes, yeah. I've got lots of William Morris fabric. This is well, it's not a problem, but I sometimes think it is, because I have so much choice when I come to think, right, I'm doing a project, when I've got a gazillion bits of fabric and I think, which one do I use? And then having shown you different techniques, I think, oh, I could use that, oh, I could do that. So all the projects, oh, Jill loves it too. I think we all love William Morris, to be honest. I've got to see how I'm going to what sort of quantity and bits to sell in. So I've got to keep some back for the show, because I've put some on there. Jan's quilting group were thrilled to see all your, and you took them to show and explained all about Trisha Make to Swap. Fabulous, Jan. Lovely. Oh, yes, Marion, it is exciting. It is. Some of you will have received an invite through Messenger for the event. Now, if you don't feel that you've missed out because you're invited, you know, it is tomorrow at 6. Yes, it is Thursday tomorrow. Tomorrow at 6:30. Sue's on day 3. Oh, my goodness. Well, I hope you're not feeling too bad, Sue. Yes, so it's tomorrow at 6:30. Oh, hello, Eileen. Don't worry, don't worry. The invites, I have to just keep scrolling down and scrolling down. And there's all sorts of everybody. It's all the friends that I have on Facebook, which I think there's coming up to 3,000. And I can't sit there all day. And then I come to a large wad of people that I know and I think, oh yeah, invite, invite. And then I get to a point and I think, oh, I can't be looking anymore. So it's not that I don't like you, because I do, that you haven't got an invite. It's because I couldn't scroll down the next 2,000 people because I didn't have time. So that's the only reason. Karen's looking forward to William Morris too. Just need to be a bit quicker on your iPad. I have got plenty, but I'll have to, yeah, I will have to think what I'm going to do. Absolutely, so that I've got enough left. I put some in different guises onto the show, so I just have to make sure I keep some of that back, but otherwise the rest is open for you, my lovely loyal people. So yeah, I haven't done much sewing at all. Oh, hi Nikki, hope all's well. Can't stay long. You and her squids. Oh, I thought squid. I've eaten squid once. Okay. No, you mean little squiddly doo-doos. Yes, they are becoming a very big community, these little squiddly doo-doos. Don't forget me. I haven't, Jill. There is plenty. There is plenty. What have I got? Let me just think. 15. Yeah, just under 500 meters of, yeah. So there is quite a lot. It's just, I hope everybody doesn't want everything. William, I know, I thought that, Lindsay. The problem is I don't have any of the flex frames. Can't get them at the moment, so crossed my mind to do that, and I thought, yeah, that would be lovely, as I've already written the instructions. But you know, I could have done it, I suppose, differently, but oh, I could have done, I am doing a crossbody bag, but not in those fabrics. Yeah, I could have, there's another one I did, didn't I? Never mind, I can't do it all the time. And yeah, thank you. It was a lovely project, I must admit. So yes, what was I thinking then over the weekend? No, I know, it's these things. I tell you what, the price of bag hardware has gone up as well. I have another supplier who I'm going to take a visit to in the coming weeks. Oh, he's amazing. He's a man with a van, and he does only deal with tradespeople. Hello, Rosie. You've been out with your friend for lunch today. Been very happy to share your wonderful time with her. Oh, that's lovely. Thank you, Rosie. Yeah, can you imagine a great big van that is full to the rafters with haberdashery items, laces, fabrics, bag hardware, pins, needles, laces, bias bindings. That's one thing I did get a little bit, but the basic bias bindings I perhaps should have done, but as I said to him, he's got so many colours that I'd want them all, and I just haven't got the space to stock, well, probably 50 rolls of bias binding to have it sitting there for so long. So I decided perhaps not. Yeah, absolutely, Lindsay. On Selly Telly, bag hardware's gone through the roof. It has indeed. I know once upon a time I used to buy direct from China, but now I won't have anything to do with it. Saying that, I imagine the bag hardware that I buy through other channels in the UK will have shipped it in from China anyway. But no, I haven't bought anything direct from China in some years now. So I like to deal really with UK all the time. But obviously, you know, you say that the fabric comes from Korea, Canada, the States, you know. So it is very hard to be able to say everything I sell is made in the UK, and it isn't. So, but I use UK suppliers, and obviously the rulers, always made by a definite UK person, the lovely Andy. I've been thinking about some more rulers, but I thought I can't bring any more out. And also I've got a few left. If anybody, I've got a few octagon rulers left. I know, Lindsay, that's true. A few octagon rulers. I've got a few Frenchy tools, a few Tenchy tools. Hadn't got enough to put on a show without asking him to make. But Andy is very, very busy, and most weekends he's at one show or another, or Quilters Guild groups everywhere. So I have to pick my time. And I was thinking about a hexagon, but hexagons are everywhere really, aren't they? But I think it would be nice to have a whole range of all the different shapes, but going for unusual ones first of all. So let's have a look. Oh, it's coming up 5 o'clock. So I'll start, because I haven't got any other news to tell you. The fabric was, as I say, was just that came yesterday, and I've only just opened the box today. But they will be Summer Breeze. So if you're thinking you love Summer Breeze, yes, I know, Lindsay, I do. Yes, I can. You love rulers. All right, perhaps I might then. I tell you what, I'm finding one of my very, very useful rulers. Oh, no, I can't find it. I've got my. Oh, yes, I can. This one is the 2 1/4 inch wide. Love that because that came with the Frenchy extender set. But I love my 1 inch ruler. I do. I should perhaps get a 2 1/2 one, so it's easy to cut a charm square in half. So we'll see. We'll see. I need time to sit down. Jewel shaped. I could. You see, I tend to be a little bit lazy because a jewel shape, I have an idea for a Christmas runner. Not runner, a Christmas tree mat, which I would love to get a ruler for. But I also think about the size of them because, yes, please, some more rulers. Who was that? Nikki. Ah, circles. Yeah, that's a good idea, circles, because you can never cut a freehand circle, or not a very good one. You can never have to. Yeah. Oh, Nikki, I like your thinking. The lovely thing, says Blair, is that we make heirloom pieces for people, not disposable, so that it's positive. Yes, that's very true. Yes, Eileen, the 1 inch, it really, really is handy. And, you know, 8 inches is long enough. It's the travelling. It's, yeah. Oh, I tell you, yeah, that's just reminded me you love Christmas, Lisa Marie. I have decided I am doing Christmas scrap boxes on the next show, so watch out, and you know what my Christmas fabrics are like. So yeah, your 1 inch ruler is permanently on my desk. I use it for everything, even drawing the columns in the mates. Oh, Lindsay, yeah, well, you use it with a pencil, use it with whatever, but definitely you can use it with a rotary cutter. You see the thickness? Oops, that way. Yeah, that's lovely and thick. What did I saw? I saw somebody cutting around a piece of card. Now, they did say you need to be fully used to using your rotary cutter, because a very, goodness, brain dead, very risky using a rotary cutter around card. Yes. Barbara's using her papercraft dies to cut fabrics to save. Yeah, absolutely. You need one of those. What do you need one of those? These. Yeah, they are. So that, I do the rulers separately actually, but it's much better value unless you've got the, no, if you had the octagon, you'll have the ruler with it because I did them in sets. Lisa Marie, my next shows are on the 24th. So the weekend after Easter weekend. Originally I was, yes Eileen, originally I was on over at Easter, so I organised somebody to cook the Easter dinner, and but he's still going to do it. Not Martin, not Martin, my son-in-law. Yep, he's got nothing to do with being a chef, but he loves cooking, and Victoria tells me he does the most delicious roast. So yes, I should be able to be here for that. So the 24th at 7 and 11. And as one lady said to me this morning, she could not find her, lovely lady, she won't be watching because she's not on the computer or anything like that, 85 years old, and has been watching for a long time. And she said to me, she's got a Frenchy tool, and she decided she wanted to make something else with it, but could she find her instructions? So I said, look, I'll send some out for you. And she told me how and asked when the next shows were, and then said, oh, I shall be up. She said she wakes up usually about 4 o'clock and gets up at 5. She said she potters around, gets a cup of tea, and sits there from 7 o'clock watching the show all the way through till my show's finished on the 11 o'clock one, which I thought was really lovely, and said she enjoyed it, and that I explained things well, and it's just lovely to hear that, and to think that, you know, and my mum is, oh, she'll say to me, stop telling people how old I am, but she loves sewing and it keeps her going. I think she won't, well, she won't be watching, but she's got 2 boys, one down on the south coast and one further north than her, so she doesn't really see anybody. So watching sewing programs, she'd love to be watching this, I think, really. It really keeps her going and with her sewing, so that is really lovely. I love to hear things, not that people are on their own, but that they love sewing to keep their minds busy, and, you know, feel as if there are people around, even though they're not, you know, in action, in reality, there's nobody there, but feels there is. So that's always good. So shall we begin? So this is what, I did find my other one, here we are. See, I've still got my, oops, don't lose that. I've still got, so this is what I'm going to show you how to make. Wish I'd do a sun hat and matching bag. Yeah, I could do. Debbie Shaw's done a sun hat though, and I don't like to copy that. Hello Joanna, don't worry, I'm only just starting. How about a braided twist tool? Saw a table with one of those the other day. Oh, I know what you mean, Beverly. I know what you mean. I think that was a Chinese one. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. And I thought, oh yeah, I thought I could have a ruler made. And then I thought, I'm copying. I don't know. And thank you for all those people thinking, oh right, St. George's Day then, I would imagine. So you'll be seeing what I can treat myself. Oh, bless you, Brenda. I'm hoping, oh, that'll be a Saturday. Just remind me on the Friday, because I should do a Trisha time, and we will all say happy birthday to you then. I won't sing, but we can all sing at home. I can mime it to you. But yes, remind me on the 23rd. But yes, love that idea, Beverly. Yes. So this is what we're going to do today. And as you see, I haven't, one of the things I was going to do was pull that little bit back. Perhaps I'll put a pin in there. If I can get a pin, let's just see, let's have one of these fine ones. What I'm, whether I should do this, oops, put the pin there, just to show you. Right, I'll do it down here and then show you, because I think it looks quite effective with this bit. Oh, not like that with a pin in it, but if there wasn't a pin holding that bit, but can you see, whoops, no, not very well, it's that lighting thing again, when you pull, so these ones haven't got it pulled back, but it's a case of pulling back that little bit so that you can see the inside of the fabric. St. George's Day, oh, and Shakespeare's birthday. You do keep the very best of company, don't you, Brenda? Yeah, look, that doesn't look very, But yes, just pulling it a little back like that, or leaving, but I think leaving them open is quite nice as well. So shall we begin? What I might do, because I'm going to poke this down, so there's the other one. If you can see, well, see from the back, different fabrics. So you have two fabrics, one each side, and then that's from the same two fabric, but they look different, purely because one's on the inside and one's on the outside. So let's pop those there. Right, well, first of all, if I do manage to get, it's that light again. There we go. There we go. If I do manage to get that, that's better. If I do manage to get that hexagon, no, what was I going to say? I think I will probably do a hexagon. So I have already cut myself a few hexagons there, but I was just going to show you how you would cut a hexagon with a ruler. So I'll start from this end as if it were, so I've got it on the fold there, which I wouldn't normally do, but knocked it off now. But it's as if this was the selvage end, because I've started the selvage end. And here is your ruler. So on the ruler, and I'd have mine very similar to this. Well, you can't see that very well. But what it's got dashed lines and solid lines. So for a 5-inch finished height is the dashed line, and then the cut line is that outer edge. So I've actually done the smaller size. So where are we? The cut is 4.5. So what I do is I line that solid line. Oops, no, that's not good either. Oh, it's hard to show, isn't it? Oh, that's a bit better. It's because it's glossy as well. But I've got the solid line lined up with the top. Perhaps I'll move it across here a bit. Let's see how that is. And just a little bit. I'm just trying to go away from that light. Let's see if I can find my rotary cutter. There we are. But I have got the solid 4.5-inch line there, and also at the bottom. And then I'm looking where this line continues, and at the minute it's off. Whoops. It's off the edge of the mat. So I'm just going to try and bring that back a little bit there so that I can come over there. Okay, so at the minute it's off there. So I'm going to pull that in so that, that's better, so that the edge of this 4.5-inch one is right on the point there, so I'm not wasting. And then I've got the 4.5-inch lined up here and lined down here. So I'm just going to cut this edge, and I'm actually going through 4 layers. So let me just, so I'm going to put my finger down and cut and cut. Yes. Right, so I've cut that piece away. We'll pop that over there, and obviously covered the blade. Now the next thing, so you can see straight edge and the cut edge. So now I'm going to swivel this around, and I'm going to line up the 4-inch or the 4.5-inch cut line. So again, I've got the 4.5-inch there, but this time I'm lining that up with the cut that I've just made. So there is my cut line. There it is as well. And now I can just trim off these 2 edges, and that will give me a perfect, there we are, the perfect hexagon. So I've trimmed that away. Underneath I have my hexagons. So it is quite straightforward. I wonder if I put it on. Oh, that's better there. So as I said, the that solid line I used, obviously it is far easier to use the outside edge, and then you just line it up with the outside edge and turn it round. So you would cut a strip of fabric, whatever width it tells you, and then this will line up with your edges. When you've got a narrower strip, like I did, the 4.5 inch, you line up the 4.5 inch with both edges of your strip, and then just carry on along, cutting at one end, swivel the reel around, line one end up with what you cut, and then cut the other side. You will get little triangles in between each one, but I'm sure they can be used for something. And I am going to show you how to cover a button as well. So we'll pop that out of the way because we've got our hexagons ready made, or not ready made, we've got them ready cut. And what I'm going to do first of all then is I'm going to stitch around the outside. So what we do, we take one of one colour and one of the other colour, like so, and we're going to put them right sides together. Martin's on the phone, I can hear him, his loud voice. And if you want to pop a pin there just to hold that back so that all the edges are aligned perfectly. And in actual fact we will do two, so 1/4 inch seam allowance there, and we'll have a short stitch length because it gives for a better finish. Oh, I've got my iron there as well. So I'm going to leave, you could actually, yeah, I'm going to leave a gap for turning. So you could do it that you cut into it, but I'm not going to because I haven't had a test to see where the cut is going to be. But so I'm going to leave a little gap, and it turns through really easily. So I shall start. I wonder if I've got a pin. I'll put a pin just here. I will start here, and I will finish. Let's put this one here, so that I just come round these corners. I don't want to. Oh, that sun coming in. I don't want to start or stop on a corner. So press foot down, and I'll probably stitch on the spot because I like that. You can, or you can reverse there. And then we're just going to stitch into that corner to 1/4 inch, and then we will turn that around and we will stitch down here to 1/4 inch from the edge, and then turn around. I think actually we could have done one more stitch then. So because I'm using a small stitch length, sometimes it's hard to see exactly when you are getting 1/4 inch away. But when you pivot your work, if the edge of the foot lines up with the fabric, you know you stopped in the right place. So if you haven't, you can just, I think I've gone one too far there, so we'll go one back, and that's right, I did. And if you change machines like I do, some look different to others. So there we go, let's get that bit of thread out the way, and up to that corner, and round we go. And we're just going to go to where that pin is. Oops, that was a bit, so I'll just reverse there, and we will cut our threads. So I'm going to do the same thing again, purely, would cut this purely so that you can see how we can make two that look totally different. So again, right sides together, align those edges perfectly. And as I say, if you want to put, I'm going to remember, but if you want to put a pin in the middle to hold them together, that's it, that's just a little bit off there. So that's it, just push that over, pin in the middle. That should hold them nicely as we go around the edge. The tiniest little bit's not going to hurt. So we will start just near this end and reverse off, and no, a little bit more, you see. I missed one there. So we just go back again and do that one extra stitch just to make that, and that's just moved just a tiny bit. So the more accurate you can be, the better it will all turn out, because what we are basically doing is making a smaller hexagon which has that flower appearing on the top, on the right side. So round we go again. Also, another little tip at the moment, because I heard somebody else, I think I heard, who was it? Somebody on the telly, they'd used a different sewing machine to do some different things, and the 1/4 inch seam allowance was different. Actually, I think I want to go back one there. Just one step, that's it. The 1/4 inch seam allowance was different on both. So either stitch your whole project with the same machine, or check your seam allowance to make sure you're 1/4 inch. Okay, so we have those finished now. Actually, I could put a light on overhead, which might help. It's being so light now, I don't even think about that. But what we're going to do is trim these corners. And what I like to do is actually snip across like so. I'm trying not to snip my rather than like so, which you can do like that, but if you snip from a distance, so you got more of an angle into that corner, and it just gives a neat, when we turn it through, it just makes it very neat, and a lot of the bulk is taken away. And it's good to do it so it almost looks like a circle there. So we'll do the same with this one. So it's 2 snips really, rather than just the one. And just be careful. I saw there where I'd reversed off because I'd gone too far. Try not to cut through that stitching, otherwise it could come undone. Just thought I should have got my pokey tool really, shouldn't I? But never mind, I think it's in my... Oh, one more. One more here. And there. So you can see it does make it look almost circular because I've clipped off both ends. So you know what you can do with these little bits, don't you? If you use your water-soluble fabric and you just throw those in amongst a few bits of lurex or glitter or whatever, that can make a nice little... So we'll put those in our little tray over here, because you never know what they might appear in next. Okay, so now we're going to turn through. So I'll just pull that apart. As I say, it's only a small hole, but you've got nice lightweight fabric. You can just poke your finger in there and it just all turns through nicely. You see, nice and easy. And then what I do, I just poke my finger in around the edge and it brings most of those corner points out quite nicely. But we will go in again, and that one there, just to make it even better. And then this one as well. There is the opening. Just put your finger from the other side, push a bit of fabric through, and then you can just pull the rest. And you haven't got bulk, you haven't got wadding in there, so it does make it nice and easy to pull through. And then the turning isn't, there isn't a lot to open because to close, because we've been able to make a little gap, which is ample. Okay, so I think what you can do, and what I have done before with my 1-inch ruler, is just to pop that in and just use the corner of that to poke out the points. There we go. So just push it in there, and that is good enough. It's not going to cut anything, and just turn it over to come round when you're coming round back the other way. But that's given some quite nice points there as well. Oh, I haven't even push that one out there. So we'll just push that out, and there is our little gap. And you can see that almost is closing up because you can just pull across there and you've got your seam to close. So while we are, I'll just turn my iron on, because we will press before we do anything more. So here is my other one. I'll turn it to this way, and I'm just poking that ruler in and poke that corner, and that one too, and then just swivel it over so that you can get into those. So it's basically going around in a circle or a hexagon just to get those corners out. And there we have our two. ready to be pressed. So let us put our pieces on here. That looks much better there. So as you can see, I'm just holding those, get that bit of thread in there, and just pull those together, and then we can just press that nice and easily, and that should give us a nice straight edge and really easy for the next step. So yeah, beautifully. And you know, I don't even sew that up, but if you want to, you can go in there and do a little stitch just to close that gap. It's usually quite good to iron your gap first of all. So I'm just pulling that along there, and I can see that's beautifully straight. And then just follow all the way around to just press that. And you can see how beautifully flat that is laying. There we go. So that is our pressing done. Now this is where the magic appears. So to get one way and one the other, we're going to fold the points into that center bit. So we need to find that center. So I'm going to stand up here to the line. What I'll do, I'll just nail press in the middle. I can see a line there, and then again here, fold that the other way, align those edges, nail press again, and there, can you see that cross in the middle? That is where we're going to work. So this one I'm going to fold that way. This one, on the other hand, I'm going to do the other way. So I'll put that to the side a minute, just while we just find the center of this one. So align those edges, give it a nail press, fold it over the other way, and give it a nail press as well. And there we are again. If you think that's going to go away, you can either make a little mark there, or we'll put a pin, like I put a pin in the middle, and we'll work on this one first. So now excuse my nails, because the nail varnish is all chipping off, because I was doing gardening yesterday and Trisha doesn't. I was putting my hands in soil, and I don't put gloves on, but I just get my hands. I like to feel what I'm doing. So here is our hexagon. So what we're going to do first of all, I've taken double thread, and I've got a knot on the end, which is a bit of an ugly knot. So I'm just going to trim that back a little bit, but we don't want it to pull out. And this is going to be on the inside, this this smaller print. So I'm just going to pick up the edge of the point on the inside. So I've got my needle on the inside. Oops, that's very good. Oh, that's better. That is much better. So I've just put the knot so it's on the inside here. And you've got two ways of doing this, but I then go to the opposite side, and I will pick up just that inside of the point on that side, and so that it starts to pull up. And then I'm going to go down into that center and through to the back. Now what you could have done was gone straight through the center, having got that first one on there, but I've just stitched that down through the middle, and then I'm going to turn it over and come back up, not in exactly the same hole, but really close to it. I'm trying to see where it actually is here. So there. So I don't want to make too big a stitch here, but I do want it to come up in the fabric in the middle. So I've come up in the middle there. Give it a pull so that that's nice and tight, like a little like you're making one of those bacon and cheese with pastry. That's really, really nice. And then we're going to take the other ones as well. So I'm now going to go to whichever point to you is next, but I'm going to this one, and I'm going to take the underside, just clip that point, and I'll go down in the middle bit again. So right in the point there where those other two have come together, and we'll pull that one down, and not getting all your thread tangled like that, because that must have been because I stitched through a previous bit of just Goodness gracious, just what I didn't want to happen. But it is better to have double thread because, what have I got that there for? Right, so when this happens, what I do is pull one thread, no, it's not that one, and then the other, just to see if it pulls that loop away. No, we'll hide that when, right, so I've gone down there, gone through to the back. When I come back up, okay, so there's a little, when I come back up, I'm going to hide that. So let's go back up here, back up the middle. I think I'll go through, or I can tuck that under there. And then I'm just going to the opposite side. So I've done that one there. I'm going to go to the opposite side here, just underneath. Hold on to the top of the thread, and then hopefully it won't separate like that did before. As I say, we can always hide that anyway. So that one's come into the middle as well. So I'm going to go down into that center, like so. And then we'll go up again. So just turn that over. Just make sure it's coming up in the middle rather than through one of the points that's already there. And that's it. Just make sure that thread is not caught. So I've now got one, two, one on each side, and then I've got this one here. So we'll go over here and up that point, and then and that's what happened there. So it's just on that one. So where that is, it's just why are we doing that? Right, so make sure your thread is nice and straight before you start to pull it. And then again, pull this one down the middle where those points come together, and pull that through so that goes into the middle as well. We can poke these out, but we've now got 4 little points you can see there. And then we're going to come up again. So went down there, so up again in the center. That's it, which I've done there. And then we can go to this last point here and hold that thread at the end. Whoops, jumping about, and pull that in, and we'll go back down in the center again. So before you knot this off, that's it, okay, just preen these, just manipulate them, just pull that little bit out, just to make sure they're all where they ought to be. So you've got 6 little, there we go, 6 little pieces. Oof, there we go. 6 little folds coming up there. So then I can pull that quite tightly. And then here, I've got a little bit of a loop there, which is not good. Because this is going to be the back of your project, the smaller your knot is here, the better. Or, actually what I could have done, which I'll do with the other one, make your knot on the top rather than here. So go back up. I'll trim it off here. If I'd gone back up and made the knot on the top, because that is going to be hidden. So I'll just trim that off. Okay, and then what we're going to do is open these out. And you can see when you open it out and then flatten it, that is quite dinky, that is lovely. I'm just going to get a little clip. So you can see there, and then we go to the one next to it and just pop your finger in at the end and get that thread out of the way and do that one, and then this one too. So just make sure they are pointing up, and then you're just going to squash that end. Oh, they look so pretty. And like so. And then we move around to this one, squash that one down too. Pop a clip on. And there is my one here, which I should have sewn, but I didn't. But that's going to work, because by the time you flatten that down, you can hardly tell. but if you want to close that up with a ladder stitch, you could. Okay, and then the last one, that is looking, oh, that's it, it's looking quite pretty. So I just pulled that up there, made that point sit out at the end, and then squash. And let's turn that round and pop that there. So there is your little little flower made. But as I say, what I was going to do was actually pull that bit back and do a little stitch just to hold that open, that first little petal bit open. Let's just put the needle into there so that it looked, so that it opens up that central bit. But it does make that look a little bit tear-shaped. So you decide how you would like that to be. So just pull those up there. So I just do one more with the other one, just as a little reminder. So make yourself a knot. What we could do actually, there we are. So I've got a knot there. We'll just put that to the side and bring the other one in. So this time I've got the bigger pattern facing up and the small on the outside, which is coming over. So I put the little knot on that underside, and then this time, which I didn't do before, I went straight over here. You could go down in the middle. So go down in the middle, pull your thread through, so you've got that first one going towards there. Then you need to come back up again, and it won't be in exactly the same spot, otherwise it would come open. And then we're taking the opposite side, the opposite point, and bringing that, just make sure that is. So I brought that over, and the points meet up in the middle. So again, down the centre, and we've got that little piece like that. So then we want to come up again, so up through the centre, and whichever one you like, but I'll go for this one first. So I've gone to one of those, the next points, and just hold your thread at the top so that it doesn't all loop. So we've got that all right, and then again we're going down in the centre and pull that up, and then we'll come back up again into the centre. So it's always going to hold really well, and you can see those points in the centre are exactly where they need to be. And then we can go over to the other side, and I'm always putting the needle in the underside of that point so that you can't see a stitch. And then I'm going down to the back, so down at the centre, pull that in, and then back up again. So there we are. You can feel where it is. And then we've just got these two here. So I'm just going to go over to this side. So the underside of the inside of that point. And if I open that out, because I want those, this is now going to form two little points here, two little petals rather. And so into the middle again. And there we go. Just pull that down so that's nice and anchored. And then up again, through the middle. Oops, that's it, I can feel where that is. And then that last point here, we will just go into that. And again, we will open these out afterwards, but it's just easier to open those. And it doesn't look anything like it should at the minute, but we will once we have manipulated those petals. So rather than what I did last time, whoops, so it's still all hanging on here, rather than what I did last time, which was to make my knot on the back, what I'm going to do is just pull that nicely, and you see you can hardly see anything under there. That's it. So I'm going to go back up here, up to the centre, and as I say, it's easier just to feel it. So up to the centre on the top, and then if we just open that up a little bit, and we can take a little stitch into that centre, and I will do my knot here. I'll just go through it twice, because the last thing you want this to do is then open up. Okay, so that's knotted and trimmed off. So again, just pull those little petals up so they're all pointing upwards, and unless you have caught the center down, they will all fold quite nicely. So once you've got one like here, just prise that open and flatten. So I might have to, oh no, I've got the odd one here. So flatten that down, and you can see this time, that's it, you can see this time that the bolder fabric is in the center. So then we'll do it with the next one as well. Just pull that out to the back and then flatten it down, and we'll have to use a pin. So we've flattened that and move around to the next one. Pull that open so the centers are hopefully separate, and then flatten that one down, and we'll get another pin here, and might just have to, that's it. So that's that one there, and then the next one, pull that out. Just pull your fingers or your nails just along the side of the piece that's standing up, and then flatten it. Right, so just pull that bit in without pricking your fingers. So I've got 4 of them done. Here's the 5th one. Just nails just to pull that open, and get another pin in here. And the last one, so again, see how that's tucked under a little bit? Just open that out to the center, then all those pieces, get the nails down to the side and flatten that. And that way you'll get 6 nice even petals, which are all in the shape of a hexagon on the back. So there is your hexagon, just like that one, and they will all fit together. So what we do next, we get a self-covering button. Let's see if I can show you how to do this nice and easily. So we'll pop our little flowers there. So here is the self-covering button, and what was I going to do? Yes, let's see. I haven't got another bit of fabric, but let's see. I'll find a contrasting fabric just to go on the center, and something that stands out. Not one of those, because that's a bit of, oh, that might, no, that's a bit of, no, that's got thing me on. Oh, I've got a little bit of yellow here. That's what we'll do. So I've got a bit of yellow fabric, so it's like a daisy center. And we just need to cut a little circle. We want, that is the, so this is a self-covering button, or a self-cover button, and it's one of the metal ones. So with the little disc, we're going to cut a circle that is bigger than that, because, let's see, let's go around here. Let's just do a rough, so I've cut a little bit there, and basically that is going to go into there. Now it doesn't need to be as big as that, so if you get yourself, it needs to be probably coming on towards 1/2 inch bigger than your actual, because this fabric has got to go over the top. Probably cut that too small now. Let's see. Right, so it's not a perfect, and let's see if we can work with that. Yeah, we should be okay. Now what I like to do, what you could do is actually, let's start again. I would cut a piece of fabric bigger than that. So I'll just pop it on there, and let's cut. You don't want it to be too big, because otherwise you're going to have too much fabric trying to go into or around that circle. Right, that's better. So that is just slightly bigger. That one would have worked just, but I can see it pulling out all the time. So you could do a little running stitch all the way around here, pull it up, put this in the middle, and then put your lip on. But what I tend to do, let's see if this works. I might revert to I use my seam ripper, and I've got the fabric on the outside of the thing, and I tuck under, and I work my way around, and with my seam ripper, sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. With my seam ripper, I am pushing the fabric underneath those teeth, and you see my fabric is far too big now, so I am just pushing. It's hard to see actually, so I'm pulling the fabric from the back and pushing it. Let's just pull that over, pushing it under those teeth. So I'm pushing to the side so that the fabric is getting caught under those teeth. Let's it back a little bit here, and the same, just keep working your way around, and then keep your nails just holding this. Now I can see that is too much there, so I'm just going to trim a little bit of the fabric off here, because I can see that, there we are. Doesn't have to be a circle, but we'll trim that away because all of this is going underneath those teeth with the seam ripper here. So there we go. Right, they've all gone in. So, and the reason we don't want too much fabric is, that's it, that will all sit down nicely. So can you see the back of that there? Can you see a little bit of silver? And that's the teeth where I've pushed the fabric under those teeth, and that is what is holding the fabric. And then when I push that down, I can see that's going to work. So then I would pop that on there. I would actually, let me see if I can get, you want it on a firm surface, so let's put it on that bit of card. And you then want to take the other half of the button, there we are, and just slide that over that shank. And then I actually take my scissors and just hold, just press down. The scissors are open a little bit, and did you hear the click? And that has clicked into place. So I can see, just have a check all the way around. But sometimes I will just mind your fingers. Yeah. So put it 90 degrees. That's it. And that's all. So there is, whoops, there is my button with the shank, like so. And then that can go, there is my flower, and that can go on the centre, which covers a multitude of sins if you've got that knot under there especially. So from there, what you would do, I'm not going to stitch that on there now, but you can stitch that onto there. All we would do, I wouldn't have these clips in. I would put, let's take these off. We'll take these off too. And then we sew them together. Just taking those pins away. So you would then put these, I would sew them wrong sides together, right sides together. So you would then hold one to the other, and we would stitch along that edge, just as if you're doing your, I'll just do it roughly. So, and I haven't put a knot in the edge, but I'm just, so I'm going to pull it out afterwards anyway. And just over stitching there. So from one side to the other. And this is going to be what I should be doing as I'm doing 3 different kits, 3 different fabrics for this. So I've got a lot of stitching to do. So, and just this last little bit, and then all your hexagons, just as if you're sewing your, your English paper piecing together. So then they will all join together like that. So that's joined together beautifully. That's just reminded me of something else. So you can hardly see the stitching on that side either. And on this side, you would have the little buttons all showing. Whoops. Oh, still under light. That's it. With little buttons in the middle on all of those. So it is as simple as that. Let's see what has been going on. Okay. What's Lindsay saying there? You bought some Trisha some months ago. Check the website out if they're on. Okay. Oh, do you say? I haven't got. There are some coming tomorrow, so I will be selling those buttons. The ones I have are 19mm ones. There were lots of different sizes, but I have got a few, but yeah, I've got rather a lot coming. As I say, it should be tomorrow, if not Friday. Oh, Tony's special. Oh, is that that's just a. Oh, Tony's still freezing. Hi, Jean. Oh dear. Jean Freeman. That's a new name then. Hello, Jean. Good afternoon to you and welcome to the group. Oh, there's Rosemary there as well in the USA. Yes, you know, I actually had an order go to Bulgaria today as well. Really. And what's Judith? Absolutely not. Right, I think I've yes, I've missed some bits out here. No, absolutely not making you a bad person, Brenda. You are far from being that. Oh, there's Judith as well. Hoping everyone's well. But she had to send birthday wishes to Brenda, which is lovely. And there's Linda. Hello, Linda. Right, okay, I think we're back there. So, let's just see. Let's get up to scratch. I'll get up to date. There we are. It is, oh, thank you, whoever said they enjoyed the demo. Oh, it was Eileen, thank you. Very relaxing. It will be, won't it? So there are two, and they don't really take that long. The ones I did the other day were a little bit bigger, only slightly, but I want, I think I started to say, I want things, so many times I do, with the, thank you, Joanna. I don't know whether it would or not. It's just, there may be too many. I will try. I tried to do the Frenchy tool with the octagon. That doesn't work. You know the technique where we fold the background fabric over the raw edge? That doesn't work with the octagon. It will only work with a square. With the octagon, it could. That you have more petals as well. Ellen says they would make lovely, but I think it's so pretty. Sitting on a table like a centerpiece, okay, you wouldn't want to put anything on it because of the texture, but they are really, really pretty. Yeah, and as we say, so easy. There we go. Whoops. Oh no, that's dropped. Okay, well, at least I can find it. So yeah, just that sitting in the middle. Well, it's not quite the middle, but just sets it off. Give it a go. Yeah, give it a go, Karen. That would be great. Yes, they would. I think we mentioned that the other day, Ellen. But either just hanging as they are, or even double-sided as well. Or if you want to make it dimensional and put, oh, how many would you put together? You'd probably put 6 around and another 4, or you'd put quite a few. Bit like the baubles that I had with the Hexiform kits last Christmas. Thank you, Lindsay. So, 10 to 6, how can I talk for so long? I always think 5:45 is is about right, but yeah, I did go on a bit today for such a simple little project. So thank you everybody for joining me today. Who sent me stars? Thank you very much, whoever did. Let's just see if that tells me. Jean, oh thank you Jean. One day we'll do something with stars. Thank you very much Jean, that's kind of you. So tomorrow, 6:30, as I said, the fabric and bits and bobs sale. Thanks Jill. And then Friday I'm going to show you as a request how to get that nice straight edge on your mug rugs. I don't know if I've got, yes I have got one here, which just goes to show Trisha has not sent her mug rugs out yet. So can you see that edge? Oh, thank you Bev. That edge is nice and straight, that edge. I think some people are finding it bows a bit or goes in, but I'll just give you a few more tips as to, you know, how to get that perfect straight edge. I might even do a little bit more, which I don't do, as in trimming, but it might be a trimming thing as well. So we'll talk about that. I'll talk about the ambassador thing, although I said I'd do it in the group, but we'll see. I will put a post in the group tonight regarding that, and perhaps a few more details. So thank you very, very much for joining me today. I was going to say I'm glad or I hope that you enjoyed what you saw, and give it a go. I know from your comments that a lot of you did, so thank you. So let's have a lovely evening. Let's hope today is a nice day. Yes, you'll catch up later, no problem at all. And I'll see you tomorrow at 6:30, raring to go. Bye for now.